Yeah, it's really exciting. First, I've been to a bunch of visits and seen it from the sideline point of view. But this is my first game on the actual sideline, and I'm really super excited about that. I'm glad that it's first home game as a freshman. That'll be really exciting. Um, I think that situation is a really bad representation of the man that he is. Ever since I've got to meet him face to face and spend time with him, he's kind of sheltered me in a way and kind of has guided me through my time here so far. Respectful, he speaks to everybody in the building, and I joke around with him all the time. But I'll tell him, when I grow up, I want to be just like you, just mess around. But I mean, truthfully, I mean that the guy that he is, and how he represents himself. That situation is a horrible representation of who he really is.
How much are you leaning on some of the vets in that linebacker room to kind of bring you along?
Honestly, as much as I can. Jacoby, Brule, Cal, Snow. I try to get input from those guys every day that I can. They've been in my position and they've done great jobs since they've been here. So I definitely want to take as much information as I can from them.
What's been the biggest adjustment for you so far from high school to this now?
Just the tempo. At IMG we had a pretty fast tempo compared to some other high schools. But once you get to college, it's a little bit faster. Things are a little bit different. But I'd probably say that's the biggest difference so far.
What's your anticipation just for a couple days away now from playing your first college football game?
I'm very excited. Can't come any faster than counting down the days, but super excited to be out there in front of all of our fans and ready for a great game. I feel like for the most part for the spring, I've been doing a pretty good job of kind of keeping my head above the water. I feel like the spring was a good opportunity for me to kind of learn the plays, and now I feel like I've got a good grasp on the plays, and I'm more so not worried about my job, but more so worried about what the offense is trying to do with different things like that. But I feel like I've done each week of camp, I've done better understanding the offense rather than my assignments coming more natural.
Aaron was saying you're pretty hard on yourself. Is that just how you've always been, or is that something that's just when you got to college?
I'd probably say that's something that's always been kind of my thing. A lot of people outside looking in, not really with our staff, but think freshmen need some leniency. I don't really feel that way, and I try to push myself to the same level as the veterans in the room. Like I said, they've been in my position before, and I'm trying to get where they're at. So. Kind of like I was saying earlier, getting a better feel for the offense rather than just knowing my assignment. I felt a little more smooth running our defense. I felt like I was able to communicate better, which is really good going up into coming to our first game is being able to communicate. So thrilled about that.
That perfectionist stuff, have you always been that way, or is that like from IMG where if I don't get this right, there's a guy behind me that's really good, because everybody's sort of talent level down there? Mm-hmm. Where would you, or has it been since birth, you always kind of been that way?
I feel like I've kind of always been that way. I don't really like messing up or getting things wrong, especially more than once. So I feel like it's always been kind of my deal, and if anything, it's kind of gotten worse since I've been here. Getting here, I feel like I can't mess up, but probably something I've dealt with. I'm prepared to go in and play whenever and wherever they need me to play. I feel like I've done a good job this fall, showing that I'm prepared to play in different situations. So, we have a room full of great guys that I'll be ready to be called on whenever that may be.
You get much special teams work?
Yeah, I've been playing a good amount of special teams. Everything except for a field goal. So field goal, block, punt, stuff like that. Yeah. I feel like I've made a lot of big improvements since March in the spring. Just feeling more comfortable with our defense, learning offense more. I'll say I'm a lot more comfortable. Me just working on being more physical. As a younger guy, there's some guys who've been in college, especially in the Big Ten, who have got a grasp on things, different feel on things, how to take on different blocks and stuff like that. I feel like from the first scrimmage to now, I've gotten more physical and just gotten more comfortable with my assignment and the assignments around me, and being able to communicate with the entire defense.
Did you take classes this summer also?
I did, yes.
Spring and summer, you've got two semesters in.
Yeah.
Does that feel good? No, that there's a lot of freshmen reporting tomorrow, just regular students.
Right. Yeah, no, it definitely feels good. College, football. I love football, but I'm here to also get a degree. So being able to take those classes and be on track to graduate early is the most important thing.
Which classes did you have this summer?
I took Com 275 and H&F 101. Yes, sir. Always having fun, yes, sir.